just lay that out. But I think, but if you're talking about not burning bridges, I think they're burning bridges with me, which is I'm on the county board, which has a certain amount of responsibility.
Gravitas.
Right. There are
Yeah,
things
yeah.
that go with that I can do. And one of them is you don't get to advertise your fundraiser in the county building if I'm going to have anything to say about it. And also, it's scientifically a scientifically researched fact documented that Republicans are more generous than Democrats.
And we're going to talk about that.
That's why
Yeah.
it's called a segue.
Oh, I'm sorry. Without anything at all, I'm lost. I'm just caught adrift in a sea of lack of.
This is what's known
understanding.
as a segue.
It was a good one.
But
And I
anyway,
messed it up.
so anyway, yeah, I think it's not smart to tick off Republicans if you expect to collect donations at some point.
And there is that, and they were.
They right. I mean, that's as far as how it stands right now today. Unless they call me up and apologize or send me an email and apologize, that's the last $20 they're getting from me, or any Republicans in Will County for that matter.
I did notice that a predominant Democrat name was on the wall, and one that I actually like, but he managed to get his name on the.
What was it, like donors or something? Why was his
it
name
was
on
a
the
little
wall?
unclear. It just had it was the state's attorney. And,
Well, I understand
and
that,
it had a thing on the wall had his name.
okay, but why? It's not a legal organization, so
don't
why
know.
would the state's attorney be on the wall?
It was just on the wall,
And it's not the post office.
and it wasn't graffiti.
I'll clarify for everybody. It's not the post
Yeah,
office.
no. It wasn't graffiti. It was, I think probably he sponsored or something.
It's probably a donor.
Because his wasn't the only name up there. There were other people. But when you talk about politics, it just sort of, jumps
Sure.
out at you. But it is what it is.
But anyway, I just thought that bared mentioning.
Well, it was an unfortunate thing. But, it is what it is. You can go drinking there or not. Are they open to the public? Can anybody go in?
I think so.
Is it?
Usually you can go into the bar.
Can you? Okay.
Usually.
Yeah. Well, peddle liquor. What the heck? I never joined. I never joined any of those military sort of things. Not that I object to them, but I just, me, I'm not a drinker, and that's 99% of what goes
I didn't
on.
say that. You said that.
That is true. What we're going to do is we're going to go back to the tape and we're going to erase it and take it out. Why is nobody calling? We need help. But yeah. Anyway, I.
Sorry.
Was
It
that?
was. Amy had the sound turned on her.
Oh, I thought somebody was talking to me.
I turned on YouTube so I could see
Yeah.
the YouTube feed.
Why is your mother just sitting in the corner and staring? Why isn't she up here participating in some?
She doesn't want to participate.
Oh,
She wants
likes
to.
watching you flounder.
She wants to watch the show like she always does.
except this is not the best
Except
choice of shows.
now it's not Memorex, it's live.
Yeah. For those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, which you join the ranks.
Join the club.
Join the club. Gretchen's mom is in the pit here.
She's
with
in the
us.
corner,
She's in
yeah.
the corner. We didn't put her in the corner.
No.
We didn't make her go. In
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
No. That's true. That's true.
You beat me to that by about half a second.
I will beat you every time, George.
My suggestion was she should replace Eric for the evening, but that apparently went over like
Yeah,
a screen door in a submarine.
that ain't happening.
That didn't happen. I don't know. You know what I really like about our show tonight? It's perpetually, we have 11 minutes to go. That's the best part of it. So anyway, but you were gonna talk about giving. You want to take that on now because that would be appropriate.
Oh, you want me to talk more about that?
Well, sure.
I already set that aside.
I think it was. It's an
Well,
interesting thing.
so this is not new, but it's evergreen. So yeah, the Nonprofit and Voluntary Sector Quarterly is an academic journal that obviously researches such things. There were 4 professors who set out to explore how different political differences affect charitable giving. And basically what they found, they were studying, see, I don't like their methodology, but maybe they couldn't really come up with anything better. But they went county by county. So they were looking at counties that lean red, counties that lean blue.
Okay.
So that was the methodology, which, again, I don't think that's really the best methodology. The other article that I sent you there was a few different ones, but and I've seen this reported on a number of times. So it doesn't really seem to matter who studies it or how they study it. They come up with the same thing every time. Republicans are more generous than Democrats are. So that's interesting. But yeah, so their methodology was to study county by county, and they were looking at Republican counties versus Democrat counties, and then they would look at the level of charitable giving of those counties and sort of matrix it, basically. And so, yeah, they looked at itemized tax returns in over 3,000 counties. And, yeah, that's what they came up with, as Republicans are...
Did they check Trump's? He's apparently really going to seriously fight that. He's not the only person in the county that he lives in. So, but you know what? Liberals are constantly painting conservatives as cruel, mean, they hate everybody. Everything they say pretty much applies to liberals. Mm-hmm. They talk about how we're violent. What do they call our equivalent to Antifa? I forget now. Is there a name for it? I can't remember.
Some people say the Proud Boys, but that's sort of a convoluted group.
It's just that whole thing, and you know this.
Yeah, we don't go out and destroy property.
Right.
We don't do that.
There
term, is no analogous Republican group because we don't do that.
We're at work. We don't have time.
Right.
But the very name Antifa has always tickled me because it's anti-fascist, and they are literally the dictionary definition of fascist.
Yeah. And they accuse us of being fascist. It's like, no, we don't really fit that description.
And that whole Orwellian,
Freudian slip there?
Orwellian thing of newspeak. Isn't that what they called it? Newspeak?
Yeah, I think so.
Where they would take words and then just change the meaning to fit what they wanted.
Right.
War is peace. I mean, all that kind of stuff. Well, look at all that. They've co-opted the vocabulary. That's exactly what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. We need to. We do actually have somebody on the line. We got to take a break, but we will get to Harry when we return. We will do that with more on Target Radio, and you're listening to AM 560.
The answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
All I ever asked my husband to do was vacuum the house, make me a cup of tea, wipe marks off the patio doors. If that's nagging, I'll hold up my hands to it, but asking your husband to vacuum is not, in my eyes, a criminal offense. Well, that's where we part company.
A criminal offense? What? That better not come to America. It's just another mouth to feed and somebody else to clean up after, really.
Even if we had these laws, not enough women would be prosecuted.
Start your day with Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett Equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
Did you miss the open enrollment this year? I can help you purchase a PPO health insurance plan at any time that eliminates the mandatory maternity coverage. This is Tom Maraboli, your health insurance advocate and independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other carriers. If you're over 50 and are covered by the Affordable Care Act, you're paying for maternity coverage every month whether you want it or not. In Chicago, the least expensive PPO health insurance plan under the ACA will cost $572 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $7,900 before your bills are paid at 100%. I can show you how to eliminate the mandatory maternity coverage and lower your monthly premium to $278 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $2,500 before your bills are paid at 100%. That's a savings of $294 a month and over $5,000 with my lower deductible. For a free quote and to see if you qualify, call me, Tom Maraboli, at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I am definitely enjoying and committed to the fruits and vegetable capsules. You know, the secret for this is there is no other place, no other source for getting all of those nutrients from simple fruits and vegetables. It's easy to take. I feel stronger and better, more energy, more completeness, less pain a little bit here and there, and just better. It's a very special product. There's nothing else on the market near it, and I'm just really glad that I have it.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Call or go online now and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping. And we will take an additional 35% off of your first order. This will be a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
So there's another shooting in California recently at the Santa Clarita Saugus High School. And as they, you know, they're all terrible. But as is always the case, there's somebody willing to step over the bodies and start with the gun control thing. Yep. And now this time it's Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren. They just literally, people laying on the ground, they just step over them to get in front of the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, this article points, AWR Hawkins points out that California obviously already has some of, like, he says stringent, but actually just quantity, the most gun control laws in the nation. They have an assault weapons ban, universal background checks, firearm registration, a 10-day waiting period on gun purchases, one handgun a month purchase limit, a requirement that if you want to buy a gun, you first have to acquire a safety certificate from the state, whatever that means, a ban on campus carry, and they also have ammunition controls. So I think that you should do your best Joe Biden impersonation. I'm going to do my best Elizabeth Warren impersonation.
I don't know that I've never given it a thought.
You don't have a creepy Uncle Joe impersonation.
No, all you got to do is hold your teeth together to prevent your dentures from falling out. You sound just like him because
if I were going to do a Joe Biden impression, I'd go around by you and I'd like.
I was going to say just make like kissy noises, like
speak into Gretchen's mic from over her shoulder.
Yeah, be like.
Creepy Joe, yeah. Him petting that little girl live on camera, that's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, you'd be like sniffing my hair if you wanted to do
it's
creepy
weird.
Uncle Joe impersonation.
Yeah. That's the best they got to offer.
Well,
yeah. We do have a caller from Chicago.
That's right.
Harry is on the line, and so we'll find out. He said he's here to save us. I don't know. Do you see a white horse parked out in front? Harry, how you doing this evening?
I'm doing well. But as soon as you mentioned my name, my end of the phone connection got very hard to hear what you were saying afterwards. Anyway, I'm well.
It's the NSA.
I hope you guys are great. Anyway, the reason I'm calling is to report, I guess the anti-gunners scored another victory today. One of the gun stores, one of the very few gun stores anywhere near where I live, in Bridgeview, Illinois, they closed their doors today.
What was it?
After struggling since they opened up, actually. And I felt I was there today, as they were closing,
and it felt like I was at a wake or a funeral or something. It's like, oh gosh. Anyway, they happen to have a whiteboard there showing some stats that as of the first of the year, there were 2,436 gun dealers in Illinois, and now it's down to 939.
Whoa.
Wow.
What store was it?
Less than half.
What was the store, Harry?
It was called Bridgeview Sports Sales. They used to be called Almost Wholesale. They used to be located in Burr Ridge, and a couple of years ago they moved to Bridgeview.
I hadn't heard of that one.
No.
I was unfamiliar with it. Well, that's the goal. If you can't pass legislation that outlaws stuff, which they have not had a lot of success, although they may starting now, then they basically either try and tax you out of existence or they try and regulate you out of existence.
Right, which we actually have another story about that later on.
It's like the election. It doesn't matter if they lose it legitimately.
Right.
To them, nothing's legitimate.
And it's never over
And
to
it's
them.
never over, right. Let's see the hands of the people who liked Obama. Okay, that's not a popular guy around this place.
I was not raising my hand. I was adjusting my headphones.
and everyone would be more than happy to see him out early. But we didn't go undermine. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? We had objections to things he said and things that he did, but we weren't like trying to, we weren't going to like impeach him for some trumped up thing. We weren't going to like, they started 15 minutes after Trump got elected talking about impeaching him.
Right. They did.
And we basically are foolish enough to believe that we trust in the system. And eventually he'll go away and we'll replace him with somebody. Oh, wait, we did. But, they don't let it go. And the thing that's really, really bad about this, there's stuff that needs to be done. Mm-hmm. There's work that the House there's treaties and things that need to be signed. Everything is on the back burner.
Oh, yeah.
It's all about getting rid of Trump. You're getting close to another election. Why don't you just shut up, go on with the work?
Well, because I think they have a strong sense that they can't win in a fair fight.
Well, they specifically said we have to impeach him, otherwise they get reelected.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. Yeah, I would say that counts. I don't know that this can ever be patched up. I really don't. It has gone so far. Even if Trump wins, which he probably is going to, unless they get enough barrel of empty votes, dead people votes, they're not going to accept it. They're going to say it's an illegitimate thing. They're going to go off the deep end again.
Well, yeah, the TDS is going to get to an even higher level, which is hard to imagine the TDS getting any worse than it already is.
It will. Yeah, you bet it will. Either way this comes out, if whoever they choose as their presidential candidate, if that person, he, she, or it, whichever one of the 52 genders that person ends up being, or whether or not they're an Indian, it's irrelevant. There are a lot of people in the Republican Party that are going to go, it's rigged, because they have a great, rich history of rigging elections. When a county can turn out 102% vote,
or more,
you have to ask yourself, what's wrong with this picture?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them I think are even higher than that.
So there are a lot of people who are saying no matter who wins, there's going to be blood in the streets, and I'm not so sure that that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So,
did you want to finish this article?
Have at it. Yeah.
Joe, I think this is maybe a joke. It says Joe Biden texted. I think he must have posted it somewhere. Otherwise, why would we be reading it? Another school shooting. How long will we go on like this? No kid should fear their safety in school, and no parent should worry whether their kid will come home. Our hearts go out to Santa Clarita, but prayers aren't enough. We need real gun reform to make our schools safer. And then, should I do the Elizabeth Warren impersonation?
By all means, do your Elizabeth Warren impersonation.
Okay. I'm heartsick for the victims of this horrifying shooting and their families. We shouldn't have to live like this. Students shouldn't live in fear when they go to school. We must act now to end gun violence.
I could do Biden if he had an Irish accent.
Or Scottish.
Or
I really like your
bell
Scottish.
To that.
What?
A little antebellum to that. There's sort of a southern bit to it.
Yeah, I was having a hard time staying in Massachusetts and not going to like Virginia.
Well, the Indians migrated,
That's right.
That's
There's
right.
mostly Great Plains there.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're not exactly sure, where her tribe was from anyway. So
Yeah. It is interesting. The Indians were way ahead of themselves in the Midwest with the Great Plains. I didn't know there were a lot of plains back then, but apparently there were. Yeah, I know.
They had
Wow.
810s.
Wasn't the 25%, was it?
wow,
Yeah,
no,
no,
that was definitely part of the 75%.
What's going to happen in Illinois? I honestly expected by now everything would be outlawed or taxed 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
The FFL thing sort of, I hate to say this out loud, but that seemed to have kind of gotten quiet.
We'll probably have to. Well, aren't they working on the rulemaking? Isn't it in JCAR now?
I don't honestly know.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it is, and because they passed it, and
But then it went into limbo.
right. Well, I think it's in JCAR,
Oh, okay. Well, that means
otherwise known as limbo.
that means it was otherwise known as limbo. That means it will come back out someday.
And we'll probably continue this after the break because I don't think we're going to finish this in a minute. But you actually had a WGN article here about thefts from gun stores, like basically
Yeah,
smash
yeah,
and
yeah.
grab type of
Yeah.
thefts. And this Mike Lowe from WGN claims that gun store burglaries are becoming increasingly common, and guns stolen from surrounding states are fighting their way to Chicago. They're basically saying that there's demand in Chicago. This guy from ATF says that, or I shouldn't say guy, special agent Tim Jones from the ATF says that stolen guns disproportionately end up in Chicago because heavier gun regulations means guns sell for more money on the street than they do in the South and the West, which actually kind of makes sense.
Well, and there's a demand.
Right.
I mean, let's face it, there is a demand
Right.
for illegal guns.
Right.
Illegal guns. But the gun stores being robbed, you know what? Every time somebody tries that, 100 people in the store draw down on it.
Well, they're talking about at night when they're closed.
Okay,
So
50
we
people.
can pick this up when we come
50
back.
people. And we will be back with more on Target Radio. And we're going to talk about President Zelensky telling Trump to discuss corruption. All that and more when we return with On Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560.
The answer.
Hey, how would you like to have your mortgage or rent paid for an entire year? Would that qualify as a Christmas miracle?
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, you betcha. So it could happen if you enter to win our Christmas Mortgage Miracle contest, presented by AM Woodland Outdoor Design from now through December 20th. But you can only win if you enter. And to do that, go to 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword miracle. That's 560theanswer.com, keyword miracle, to enter for a chance to have your mortgage or rent paid for all of 2020.
Fox News, I'm Jack Callahan. Washington prepares for a second week of public impeachment hearings.
Tuesday, the House is going to hear from an aide to the vice president, as well as current and former officials from the National Security Council and the former special envoy to Ukraine.
Fox's Mark Meredith reports the U.S. ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland, is scheduled to testify Wednesday. President Trump tweeting the Democrats are turning impeachment into a partisan weapon. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tells CBS Face the Nation the president is more than welcome to testify himself. Kanye West performing at Joel Osteen's church in Houston Sunday evening after telling a Sunday morning service he's had a spiritual awakening.
All of that arrogance and confidence and cockiness that y'all seen me use before, God is now using for him.
Osteen says he's excited that West is using his influence for the Lord. America is listening to Fox News.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Chieko Metrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Chieko Metrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Chieko Metrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Chieko Metrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Chieko Metrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invite you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Sebastian Gorka here for Relief Factor, the 100% drug-free supplement that was formulated by doctors to help your body deal with inflammation and pain. The reason I've told so many of my friends about the 3-week quick start is because as we get older, occasional aches and pains can be a real problem, keeping you from sleeping through the night or doing the things you love and need to do, like taking walks or playing golf, going up or down stairs, or simply playing with your kids or grandkids. Tens of thousands are now like me, glad they ordered the 3-week quick start for just $19.95. After years of back pain, I found relief, and I believe you could too. Folks, this is why the father and son owners of Relief Factor, Pete and Seth Talbot, created the 3-week quick start, and they discounted it to only $19.95. Approximately 70% of those who order it go on to order more. Let's see if we can get you out of pain too. Go to relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com, or call 800-500-8384.
According to a recent study, the average human attention span has fallen to just 8 seconds. That doesn't give me a lot of time, so here I go. If you're a student at any college, we're having a contest for major cash and prizes and a paid internship, all for writing a great research paper. You're probably doing this for free anyway, so why not try to get something from it? You go to our website, pick one of the 6,000 companies listed, research it, write a report, and submit it. Do that best, you'll win up to $7,500 in cash, a trip to Miami for the NobleCon Investors Conference, 2 nights at the multi-billion-dollar Hard Rock Hotel, and the paid internship. No strings attached. It's sponsored by the same folks that do the National Spelling Bee. Because today, being thorough and detailed and doing solid research has become a lost art. Just Google it doesn't cut it. We have some of the best emerging companies that need to have their stories told, and we need to find some great people to help us do it. Want to find out more? Go to channelcheck.com. That's channel, C-H-E-K, don't need that second C.com for all the details.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. To participate, call the studio at 312-642-5600.
And we're back with more On Target Radio. So we were talking about gun thefts from gun stores. And apparently there are just like a lot of smash and grab type of thefts that are going on against gun stores. And so it's kind of interesting that this is happening when Illinois already just passed the gun dealer licensing bill, which actually largely addresses that of like the guns have to be locked up in a safe at night and, you know, that sort of thing. And that's what they're saying is that FFLs don't really have any specific requirements for nighttime security. And so it's kind of interesting that Illinois already sort of seized upon that. Dick Durbin said it's a huge problem. There's a huge inventory of firearms in all of these stores. Duh. So the writer of this article, Mike Lowe, he said, if you took every single McDonald's in America and combined that number with all of the Starbucks locations in the country, then doubled that, you still wouldn't equal the number of licensed gun dealers. I find that hard to believe. He says there's in the neighborhood of 63,000 FFLs in America. But a lot of those are just people who do it out of their house.
I mean, I think the average FFL is mom and pop.
Yeah, I think so. You know, they point out that most gun stores face no legal requirements to secure the weapons they sell. especially at night. Yeah, I mean, that's what they're saying. And so Durbin said, Congressman Brad Schneider and I have a bill that imposes on these federally licensed firearms dealers a simple requirement. Store your guns safely when you close and keep records so we know what's in your inventory. That's about it.
See, just think about what a pile of steaming, you know what that is. Take Megasports, or take Noel and Cavo's place in Lyons, or any of those big places. Can you imagine?
Even Bass Pro.
And Bass Pro. Can you imagine somehow securing all those things in a vault? You take your whole day just to take them off the walls.
Well, right, exactly. I mean, I'm not even thinking of the long guns. I'm just thinking of the handguns in the glass cases.
Sure. Yeah, so I think what they do...
Although I think the ones on the walls are secure, don't they? I think they have cables through them.
They may, but...
I think in most places they do.
You know, I mean, I think what the theme is they make the store itself a hard target.
Right.
And because the windows, you know, in gun stores, those windows typically aren't glass. I don't know what the product is, but you can like throw rocks at it and they don't break. Mm-hmm. So I think what they do is they make it a hard target. So when you hit it, an alarm goes off, summoning the police, and it takes so long to break in that you don't get anywhere.
Hopefully it doesn't work.
I saw there was one down south somewhere, and I can't remember where it was. I think it was Alabama. They literally drove a pickup truck through the front door, just drove right through it. And
that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, except they hadn't figured out the part where they destroyed the front end of the car and they couldn't back out. You know, I mean, if they were intelligent, they would know better than to even try to do that. But
that's funny.
Yeah, give us a call 312-642-5600. We need another Harry to bail us out. We need pith and wisdom from someone.
So the article that you teased actually was not at all what you said. So I hope people kept listening.
I was in a hurry.
Yeah, instead of rolling your eyes and turning the channel, hopefully you kept listening to see if we would actually get our crap together.
Details.
The article is actually called "The NSC Urged Trump to Discuss Corruption During His Call to President Zelensky." Not the other way around.
That's what it is. I was taking the liberal point of view, but yeah.
I thought this was very interesting. So Politico is reporting that actually White House national security advisors told Trump that he should raise the issue of corruption when he called Ukraine, the new Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, back on April 21st. They said that he should bring it up.
Have you heard that tape? I heard it early this morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning. They were playing it. There is from beginning to end, very first words to the very last
I've just seen
word.
The transcripts.
There is nothing in there.
There isn't.
Nothing that is illegal.
There
or
isn't.
Even remotely. It was cordial.
So it was like the call that got flagged by the quote-unquote whistleblower, which actually I think the whistleblower, I think we should stop calling him that and we should start calling him like axe grinder.
That's it. Well, of course, he worked for Biden. He worked for...
Right. He's a Democrat sympathizer. Yeah. I mean, perhaps not an operative, but he's definitely a sympathizer.
I'm going to go with operative.
Okay, Democrat operative. Yeah. Anyway, so the call that the axe grinder actually flagged was not the first call. It was actually the second or third call to Zelensky. The first call was in April. And so that's what Politico is talking about. And this Bronson Stocking of Town Hall says the left acted like it was unheard of for the president to ask a foreign leader to investigate corruption, but it is something the president is required to do before doling out taxpayer money. So in other words, that's common practice.
Exactly. Okay, we got to take another break. When we come back, we're going to have our AOC moment of Zen, which took more than a moment to futz with in the conference room. All that and more when we turn with more on Target Radio. And you are listening to AM 560.
The Answer.
Did you miss the open enrollment this year? I can help you purchase a PPO health insurance plan at any time that eliminates the mandatory maternity coverage. This is Tom Maraboli, your health insurance advocate and independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other carriers. If you're over 50 and are covered by the Affordable Care Act, you're paying for maternity coverage every month whether you want it or not. In Chicago, the least expensive PPO health insurance plan under the ACA will cost $572 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $7,900 before your bills are paid at 100%. I can show you how to eliminate the mandatory maternity coverage and lower your monthly premium to $278 per month with a total out-of-pocket cost of $2,500 before your bills are paid at 100%. That's a savings of $294 a month and over $5,000 with my lower deductible. For a free quote and to see if you qualify, call me, Tom Maraboli, at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
Balance of Nature. Changing the world, one life at a time.
I'm 58 years old. You know, I'm a very active person. I have my own business and I run around all the time. And I actually work out. I lift weights. And I started taking the Balance of Nature in the beginning, and it was an amazing thing. It's helped me with everything. I used to say, I don't feel old, but I don't feel young anymore. But since taking the Balance of Nature, I have to say I'm starting to feel young again.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Call or go online now and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping. And we will take an additional 35% off of your first order. This will be a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
Famous conservative quotes presented by Automated Systems.
Here's a Churchill quote to improve your outlook. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Wise words to live by, indeed.
Manufacturing companies, I encourage you to call my friend Laz Kulchar from Automated Systems. Automated Systems is a software and systems integration company that specializes in companies that are required to meet FDA compliance requirements. Automated Systems will create a custom solution for your business that will make your production lines, facilities, and plants run more efficiently. Imagine less downtime, more speed, and fewer rejects. From Fortune 500 to startup, ASI delivers solutions for your toughest automation challenges. For information, I encourage you to talk to Laz at Automated Systems. Call 844-HIRE-ASI or visit hireasi.com. That's 844-HIREASI, 844-HIRE-ASI, or online at hireasi.com.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
It's time now for your moment of AOC Zen.
It is possible Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has found a more appropriate calling in life, rehabbing houses. On the stump with Bernie Sanders and the Hustings, our shining city on a hill's top two spenders have an idea. Amazingly, endowed with all the tax money they propose to raise, they have managed to come up with a program that will outspend the already outrageous tax base they intend to implement if Sanders is elected president. AOC is reminiscent of what Edward Bennett Williams said about George Allen, coach of the Washington Redskins. I gave him an unlimited budget, and he exceeded it. So what have the tax and spend twins come up with this time? Well, savvy politicians that they are, they know the number 2 on the vote-getters list after free stuff is wacky environmental proposals, especially from the millennial maniacs. Together, they are introducing in the House and the Senate legislation to retrofit 1.2 million public housing units to fight climate change. It is proof positive that no project is too expensive for the politician who doesn't have to pay for it himself. So, what we're going to do in this legislation is do nothing less but to decarbonize the entire public housing stock in the United States of America, AOC said, surrounded by public housing residents brought from New York to Washington, D.C. And in the process of decarbonizing the public housing stock, we are going to put hundreds of thousands of people to work in good-paying jobs and give that preference to public housing residents, she said. Today is a very big day. She said, facing a sea of adoring fans, waving outstretched hands, hoping to get a free phone or some trinket to prove the duo was serious about fleecing the massa. We're unveiling our first ever Green New Deal infrastructure bill, the GND for Public Housing Act. It will decarbonize the entire U.S. public housing stock, improve quality of life for residents, and create hundreds of thousands of jobs in the process. The Green New Deal for Public Housing Act would use 7 grant programs to upgrade housing units into carbon-neutral communities with organic grocery stores, on-site child care, and community gardens. Also planned is a 3,000-square-foot patchouli emporium. The planet is in crisis, Sanders said. The truth is that 5 of the 6 last years have been the warmest on record. Major cities around the world, cities like Miami, New York, London, Shanghai, and Hong Kong, will likely be underwater in the next 50 years, Sanders said, adding that he believes the United Nations speculation that climate change will create over 100 million climate refugees in search of food, water, and a minimal standard of living, unquote. I can believe that. After footing the bill for this boondoggle, there will be plenty of refugees, and they'll all be pouring out of Wall Street. And I thought replacing my windows in my house with Anderson windows was expensive. That's that. Wrote that on the fly. Well,
yes.
And the hover in the conference room.
Yes.
Give us a call, 312-642-5600. This could be your show for the next 15 minutes, roughly.
So the good news is there's only 4 people watching. So
well, that's watching
although,
YouTube.
If when we're putting in metadata, we should put in train wreck, slow motion, that sort of thing. If anybody likes watching train wrecks in slow motion, this is the show for you.
The number 4 pertains to people on YouTube. I think I told you.
Oh, now 1 dropped off. There's only 3.
To be fair, there might be more than 1 person in each room where the screen is on.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath on that.
There could be a multiplier at play.
That is true. We have 10,000 people listening on 3 radios. I think I told you when I was at the Gun Rights Policy Conference, a number of people, not from Illinois, came up and said, "Are you Lombardo from Chicago? You have the radio show with Gretchen." And I go, "Yeah," and they spit at me. But anyway, and then in Florida, a couple of people when we were down there also.
I saw part of My Big Fat Greek Wedding the other day, and that's good luck.
Is that not a great movie?
If people spit on you, it's good luck, apparently.
I think it's if a llama.
Did anybody walk up with a bottle of Windex and try to?
Yeah. But no, when she was walking down the aisle, they were all spitting on her. And
I'm not even going to. I'm not going down that aisle.
No, I'm serious. Well, that was in the movie. I'm just.
I just. It's
you triggered, brah.
That's it. Yes. That's
good
true.
One. Thank you, George.
That is true.
We have a comment on YouTube. Tasman says, "I still haven't missed a show yet."
Who said that? Tasman. Oh, Tasman. Oh, yeah. We should give him something like a warm and hearty, heartful handshake. I can't even talk. I can't. You know that sleeping.
Maybe a laser engraved AR-15 mag.
That would be nice. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to do that again. We got your thing coming up next, right?
Yeah, I don't really have much.
No.
I mean, I grabbed something that Richard Pearson wrote.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'd put something into that. He came out with a good one on Thursday. It was a pretty good one. But
I excerpted it.
We're not going to have time to do it. Yeah. So I love the fact that in all the hearings that they've had so far on impeach the president, they keep going, this was the best day ever. There's proof positive. And then you listen to it and there's nothing there. There's just nothing there.
It's a nothing burger, as the CNN guy said.
You talk about setting a low watermark. They're really doing a good job of that. And then in the end, it goes before the Senate anyway. So, what's that going to do? Another one down the toilet. So we're going to have to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to do. You'd have a little bit, right?
I got a little something.
Okay, so there's something that's coming up that you can do, and all that, and a whole less more. When we return with more on Target Radio, this show is a real. This is for the real. This show is for the real.
No, it's not.
No, I have a reel that we're throwing stuff out.
I was going to say, if we could delete an archive, this is the one to delete.
And we'll return with more on Target Radio after these messages. And you're listening to AM 560.
The Answer.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Chieko Metrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Chieko Metrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Chieko Metrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Chieko Metrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Chieko Metrics, helping you keep your data safe.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Do you have brain fog and lack of energy during the day? If so, take back your vitality and clarity with all-natural Cola Gel, newly discovered jellyfish collagen peptides that aids with brain and memory support. Cola Gel is all natural with no side effects. Edible jellyfish collagen uniquely supplies the body with multiple collagen peptides and naturally occurring minerals that fuels our cellular system with energy-rich compounds. Jellyfish collagen is a nutritive formula that promotes optimum neurological activity and improves cognitive memory. Receive your first bottle free plus shipping by visiting longevitybynature.biz and enter promo code COLAGEL. That's longevitybynature.biz and enter promo code COLAGEL. KOLLAGEL. Get your first bottle free plus shipping by visiting longevitybynature.biz, promo code COLAGEL. Eliminate brain fog and lack of energy with Colagel at longevitybynature.biz. That's longevitybynature.biz.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
From the Illinois State Rifle Association, the lessons from the Virginia election should be on the minds of every gun owner in Illinois and everywhere else. The Liberal Democrats have won both chambers in the Virginia legislature and control the governorship. I know you were thinking, so what else is new? The point is, it did not need to happen. Virginia has been a red state for 25 years. Michael Bloomberg poured millions into the election. While that is a factor, it is not the only reason gun owners lost in Virginia. They lost for all the classic reasons. The greatest error gun owners make is simply not voting, even when they are registered to vote. Let's go back to Virginia. Only 40% of the registered voters turned out to vote. Historically, gun owner turnout tracks almost exactly the same as turnout among the general public. That means gun owners could have turned the election, but didn't because they were too lazy or didn't care. Back to you, Ron.
Yeah, we should get George Pearson to come on and talk about that very subject, that whole thing. But we got two callers. We want to get them both in. The first one has got a very interesting observation. Dave from Gurnee. Dave, we were laughing about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, Dave and Gretchen, you brought up AOC, and I had a funny thought this week, and I want to run it by you. You know how the left is always saying that we have to pay reparations to all these? Yeah. Well, here's my question. I don't know her background, but could it be that she could be related to Cortez the Explorer or the Conquistador, the Spanish Conquistador? And if that's possible, you think she should have to pay reparations to the Aztecs? Because
I think that's pithy and insightful, David. Thank you very much.
She can't even rent an apartment in Washington. How is she going to pay reparations? That's what I want to know.
And we also have John on the line. John, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, guys. Pleasure to talk to you.
Hey, John.
Why is global warming, I know you guys have addressed this, but we should be screaming this from the hilltops. Why is global warming the United States' fault? I don't believe in global warming one bit, but why are we having to bear the blunt of it?
No, you're absolutely right. It's actually China, India have way more, and Russia, the former Russian bloc have way more to do with it than we do.
Well, but it has always been under liberal presidents that have, we love to self-flagellate. We just love to do that.
Well, they do. We don't.
Well, but I'm saying as a country, that's what these people have put forth, that we beat our brow and we're big and we're guilty of everything.
Right.
And it's crap. I mean, Trump doesn't do that. And that's another thing that they hate about it. But you're right, John. It is us. China and those countries are always exempted from those treaties. They're always exempted. I've been to China numerous times. You can barely breathe in Beijing in the summer.
Yeah, there's horrible smog there. My dad was in inland China for work, and he said it's the industrial, consequences in most of the industrial places are just terrible.
And you go to these third world countries, and they have to make a living, and I get that, but they have factories and stuff totally unfiltered, and the smog and stuff is just unbearable.
But yeah, we've been regulating ourselves for decades.
Yep.
I mean, the whole, Earth Day and stuff, that came around in the 60s, didn't it? I mean,
yeah, somewhere in there it did, yeah.
Late 60s, early 70s for sure. I mean, at least as long as I've been around. And so we've been, improving emissions for cars and factories and all sorts of things for decades.
Yeah, but we're the ones that have to pay it. Well, it's like the UN. The UN is supposed to pay rent. They don't. They haven't paid it. I don't think they've ever paid it. And we just foot the bill and smile.
Yeah.
And, I'm waiting for Trump to kick them out of New York.
That would be really funny.
Oh, it would be wonderful. Yeah, take that gun with the twisted barrel and ram it up there.
Yeah. If they ever do that, I want to be there and bring popcorn.
Anyway, we're going to have to take off. We've come to the end of our show.
We'd like to thank George Hoffman on the board. Learn how you can be a sponsor partner for a lot less than you'd imagine. Call 815-741-3474 for details. And be sure to listen next week when we'll be covering more red meat issues that affect your life.
More organized.
Hopefully.
Now that winter's here, how's your fireplace and chimney? Before you light the first fire, have your chimney cleaned and inspected by Chicagoland's most trusted fireplace and chimney company. The experts at Fireplace and Chimney Authority will give your family peace of mind that your fireplace is safe